was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a bitch was serving, not even a mouse. Kris and Kyle walked through the streets with their long blonde hair, no cigarettes in hand, no wine to share. The girls tucked in, their eyes were shut closed. They were ready for only God knows. When they woke up Christmas morning, ready to be spoiled, their nails freshly manicured and their skin nice and oiled, they thought to themselves, it's been a great year, and they cannot wait to spread Christmas cheer. Thank you for listening. We love you all day and night. We can't wait to see you next year on Blonde Highlights.
Boom! Literally mic drop. She just gave us full poetry. We didn't even know you were getting poetry at the Blonde Highlights podcast, but she totally just served that.
I want to hear all your little snaps.
Snaps for Kris and her poetry.
It's officially Christmas Eve when this launches, and I'm so excited.
Exactly. When you read me or sent me that like poetry, I was literally like so excited. Like I was like, that is amazing that you came up with that. And I love that like we're serving and like all the it's totally us.
This is giving like we are Christmas Eve.
But
like,
you performed it in a very nice manner.
Thank you. I'm having Christmas concert, so this was my time to shine.
Yes. And if you're not watching your own audio, literally Kris is wearing a sequins green blazer with sequins candy canes all over it.
It is amazing. I've had this blazer for years, and it's done wonders for me and my family because the boys have it, and Michael, we have matching blazers. I know.
Have you ever gotten photos together with them?
Yes. Our first year together, we did all kinds of photos in these.
Oh my God. Just send it your little Christmas cards.
A little Christmas card. And let's not discredit though what Kyle is wearing. Little Miss, she's the gift this year.
She is the gift. She's the gift that keeps on giving or keeps on serving. So I'm serving a Christmas present. I don't know what this is. It's a sweater. I think it's a sweater dress, but on me, it's kind of a shirt.
It worked.
It doesn't exactly fit, but it's cute. It's very cute. And I found this at a thrift store years ago, and I've never even put it on my body.
It is so damn cute. It even has a tag on it. So she looks like a present. And it has a tag that says to and from. She's the gift.
She's the gift.
Are you excited or what? What is going on?
What is going on? Okay, so, last weekend was my work holiday party. And girl, listen, it was the time. She had a time over there. Like at one point, we were all drinking. The tequila was flowing. We did a soul train where everyone like lined up. And then we were just like taking turns, like dancing down the middle of like the train. And
yeah,
it was debauchery completely.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I was really disappointed though, because you didn't post any stories up and I was waiting for them all night.
No, I know, but here's what happened, actually. So when I got there, I was so exhausted that literally my boss made me like espresso because I was like, I'm just going to falling asleep on a sofa. And so he makes me the espresso, and then I finished that, and I'm like, I guess I should get into the tequila. And then I go over to the bartender guy, and like he's the same one that's there every year, and I was just like, hey, like, I was like, I am so sober. Everyone's turning up. Like, just make my drink really strong because like, I got to catch up. But then I think for the rest of the night, he just kept making them that strong. And so there wasn't even time, because at first I was like not in the mood to even be posting stuff. But then I was just like, she was dancing. Like literally, she was dancing the whole night. She was into all sorts of things. She was, saying things to coworkers that I probably shouldn't have said. I was just, it was being a lot.
She was making a spectacle, but that's what we need at work Christmas parties. That's the only energy you should really have. Like, if you're a good one, that's what you need.
Exactly. But I did post my stuff, like, the next day. Or no, 2 days later. Because the next day, I was so hungover. And then I, like, left my phone in the bathroom. And I was like, screw it. I don't care. I'm going to be left alone. And then I see a message from Kris. And she's like, you have not responded to me. I am worried. I'm going to have to call your roommate. Like, what's going on?
I knew you were going to turn it up. And, like, it's not very like you to ignore me. So then when it was like hours and hours calling your roommate, if you don't answer me in the next, like, what did I say, like 3 hours?
Or something.
I'm sending a wellness check through Alan. I don't care. That's what friends are for, Kyle. Jeez,
I know. I'm sorry. Yes. What have you been doing?
Oh, I actually went out yesterday and she had some drinks. So the first time in a long time, I had a gin martini and I had so much wine. I went to a hockey game and they asked me when I ordered my wine, they're like, do you want a double? And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I was getting some for me and my friends. And so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll have a double of wine. And it turned out to be like a full on glass, like a cup, like a pop cup. Like when you go and get fast food, it was like that, filled with wine. There was probably just under a full bottle in that cup.
Oh my God.
So you know your girl was having a good time at that game.
What a luxury.
It was so much fun.
That is a luxurious, like, fountain pop of wine.
Yes. Red, cheap wine. I was like, yeah, this is it. This is what I worked hard for.
And she's here today to serve holiday cheer.
Yeah. So yeah, she was up early in the morning. I went to bed. I didn't fall asleep till like 1 a.m. And I'm like, oh my God, the boys want to wrap their own gifts for their teachers today. So I had to be early wrapping presents with them. You know, she was doing the lunches. She's doing everything. And then all of a sudden I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, you guys have 5 minutes to get to school. I wasn't even realizing the time, but whatever, who cares? It's their last day and then it's Christmas break.
It's exciting. I would have just been like, figure it out yourself. That's why I'm not a mom. That's why I can't be like, Mom, if I have a glass of wine, I can't get out of bed till noon. It's just a rule.
This is it.
This is it. I do want to say a couple things that like are on my mind. One, because Christmas is here, I have been following this woman on social media building this house. It was the East Coast DIY. It was like destroyed by a hurricane. Do you remember when you were here and we were on the hurricane watch? And I was like, I gotta check in on Corey's house, see how she's doing down there. Remember? Yeah. Well, guess what? So the date to move in is Christmas Day for them. So the house is wrapping up. So I have been enthralled. She's posting like 20 videos a day. They just finished the elevator. They got the kitchen island in. They're putting up the marble. Like the pool is being filled as we speak right now.
Oh my God.
It's happening. So I was just like, but I'm really sad because I'm like, after Christmas is over.
That's it.
Well, what do we do now? There's 6.6 million of us watching this house.
And then that's it. It's just done. It's built. Maybe she'll do like tours of the house on the inside, like.
Well, we know every
property.
I know, but I know every square inch of this house.
Oh my God. Have you ever told our listeners about your obsession with building houses through your blueprint?
I think that we've discussed it, but never like in detail. But I do have several houses that I have meticulously built down to, every door, every window, every piece of furniture, plants, everything. And it's a 6-bedroom, 3-story Greek revival home with an indoor spa in the basement, 2 guest houses, a greenhouse, and that's just the one house. But it's something I will stay up till 5 a.m. just working on the house.
She's a hard worker. Like, you're an architect.
Kris is like, hey, did you get this done? I'm like, no, girl, I had to remodel the kitchen last night.
I was laying tile. Like, what do you mean? I was picking up my fabric.
If there was
This is not junky. Like, this is an actual conversation that's happened. She's like, no, girl. Like, I was adding a whole other floor.
I have to showcase this in some way because it's actually quite crazy, the level of detail that I've done. While my real life is in shambles, but the dream life is together.
She's together. She's got it all figured out.
So one other thing about the pop culture world that I have to mention to you, and I know you probably haven't heard this, but I think that you're going to be really love this clapback. So on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, there was a fight breaking out, and this one woman, Angie, her and her husband own a chain of like salon schools, and she said something like, girl, you got the high body count hair.
What?
She's like, high body count hair, high body count dress, high body count shoes.
Shut up. How was her hairstyle? I need to know.
Something that we would wear.
Stop.
Like it just like had like a lot of curls in it. And it was like half up. And it was like the Ariana Grande, but like with waves and curls and lots of hairspray and big. Like it was cute. It was sexy hair. It was good hair. But she's like, that's high body count hair.
Oh my God. I mean, like, is she wrong though?
No.
I mean,
I don't think so.
I think that's going to become a thing.
It is a thing. I think it is like the most quotable thing ever. I mean, speak of poetry. Speak about poetry.
Right?
Angie K.
Coming out this season.
They are.
Okay.
They are.
I'm going to start using that around here in my small town to see what people say. Like, you got high body count. You have a high body count car.
Yeah.
This is a high body count meal. Like,
Literally. It is the perfect insult. It's so simple, but so effective.
well, because it's kind of like, what does that even mean? Like,
Yeah. And you're also like, yeah.
bad. Like, I mean, like I said, maybe not wrong. Okay, guys, I just had to take my blazer off because I'm like sweating. I feel like I just had like a hot flash. But Kyle and I thought we were going to have a little bit of fun. And we decided that we were going to scour the internet on Reddit.
Which is my whole life.
Yes. And we decided to share some stories. So just when you guys think that you had it pretty bad for your holidays, it could be worse. So we're going to share with you guys some stories that we have scraped up from Reddit.
Yes.
This one is called Drunk Christmas Tree.
By the way, I named these quickly. I put the name there just so I knew which one they were. They didn't actually name it that.
Oh my God. I don't know the name.
No. Some of those names don't even make sense.
This is your title.
Some of those titles, you can read them to make fun of me, but some of those titles, they're not even real words.
I know. I think that these are just great.
Yeah.
I thought they were the real titles. Okay, It adds to it. Okay, Drunk Christmas Tree. When I was about 12, my parents got into a fight at one of those Christmas tree lots. And so it was decided that there would be no Christmas tree in our house that year. Christmas Eve rolls around and my dad, clearly upset that there is no tree, leaves the house at around 2 p.m. We all know he is headed to the bar. No big deal. Except it starts getting late. We make ham and all the trimmings, wait until about 9 p.m., then eat. 10 p.m., no dad. 11 p.m., no dad. My mom calls the bar to check on when he is coming home. They said he left hours ago. Seriously starting to worry. Okay, no offense, but like you're only worrying at like after 11 p.m. anyways, okay?
Yeah.
Seriously starting to worry that something horrible happened to my dad on Christmas. My mom decides to go look for him while my brother, sister, and I try to get some sleep. Around midnight, we hear the garage door open, then a horrible crunching sound. My brother, who at the time is around 6, starts yelling, "Santa!" and runs around the house. Not Santa, just Dad. Dad drags a sad-looking tree into the house. It's dropping pine needles everywhere. Branches are broken all over it. He tries to set it up in our living room using a stand, but the base is too long. He goes to the garage and gets the rustiest-looking handsaw I've ever seen. Tries to cut the base, proceeds to almost sever his 2 fingers. He is rushed to an emergency room by my mom, where they are able to reattach his fingers. Wake up Christmas open to an almost naked tree propped against the wall and blood everywhere. And that horrible crunch I mentioned, he dropped it.
What did you do with the car?
He drove his car into the garage while the tree was strapped on top, breaking the garage door. Oh my God. My drunk dad most likely stole a tree on Christmas Eve, ended up in the emergency room and broken garage door. Oh my God. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Santa. No, it's just Daddy. Oh my God. No.
See, this is when we should have had security cameras. We need security camera footage of
Oh my God.
drunken dad literally severing his fingers, squirting blood around the walls and on the bare Christmas tree.
Okay, first of all, like I said, I love how they're like waiting till like late into the night to be worried. This must be like some sort of pattern because the kids were like, "Yeah, we're going to bed." Oh my God, that's so good.
That is good. Yeah. So if you think your Christmas is bad, could be worse.
Okay. Christmas Grinch. And so guys, I haven't read any of these, as you can tell. Okay. Kyle wanted to surprise me with them.
Yes.
My sister and I stayed up really late on Christmas Eve. We removed all of our younger brother's presents from under the tree. That's so mean. We emptied his stocking. We stowed all the presents behind the couch. we put all of his stocking stuffers in a bag. He was like 8 years old. Okay. We meticulously wrapped and put bows on boxes to him. We filled them with charcoal, briquettes, and Q-tips. I can't remember why we chose Q-tips. On Christmas morning, he got to go first because he was the youngest. He tore into his first box, and then his face just dropped. He went out of turn and ripped open present number 2, also coal and Q-tips. He ran into the other room where the stockings were and dumped his out. It was a plastic bin filled with charcoal and Q-tips. He lost it. My parents had no idea what we'd done. I think my dad was ready to just beat us for ruining Christmas. So my brother finally got it together and we showed him where we stashed all his toys and where we put his stocking contents. He was happy as hell after that. To this day, probably 25 years later, I still get called the Christmas Grinch by my whole family. Everyone conveniently forgets how complicit my sister was in this. Those presents didn't wrap themselves, and I suck at wrapping. That is so mean.
It's so mean, but just imagine he runs out there. He's like, that kid, Santa came. Then he's like, Santa hates me. I pissed off Santa.
Oh. And I think those were just like the family.
Yeah.
Chased with scissors. Okay. When I was little, I had gotten a better toy than my brother, so he chased me with a scissors, and I had ran out of the house screaming and made it to my aunt's house that was maybe a block or so away. She had heard me screaming, so she was outside, and I told her someone chased me with a pair of scissors, not mentioning it was my brother. So she called the they came to my house, and my older brother started crying and then yelling at me for calling the police. I was like 9. I still think about that day sometimes. It's funny but crazy. At 4? Oh my God. 4 years old?
Well, also
The
fact that he chased her with a pair of scissors because he was jealous of a gift is wild.
9? Oh my God. Stop. Okay. Stingy grandma.
Again, I wrote that.
Oh my God. Okay. I feel like I need to brace myself for this one. My birthday is 7 days after Christmas. For Christmas, I was given a card. Taped inside was 10 quarters. All it said was grandma. No Merry Christmas. No love from grandma 7 days later. For my 18th birthday, I received another card from my grandmother. In fact, it was the same card, obviously part of a box of 20 or so. Inside, 10 more quarters, total given to me for Christmas and my birthday, $5 8 quarters. Fine, she's elderly, I think. Maybe she can't afford to get me lavish gifts. Nope. My little sister got a Barbie dream house for Christmas. My 5-year-old cousin got a brand new 2. This was the Christmas they came out. Nope, I was shafted. Then to add to more insult to injury, when my cousin broke that PS2 by pouring a juice box onto it and shoving a cookie in the disc reader, she bought him a new one for his birthday in February. Hey, grandma hates you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're on grandma's shit list.
Dude, that's rough.
I know. And that's what I was thinking. Like, what did he do or this person do to the grandma for her to be like, you get literal nickels?
Like, combined total of $5 for your birthday and Christmas. Didn't even write in the card. Nothing in the card. Just quarters.
No.
Just cleaned out her purse. She's like, whatever, send it over.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that was calculated.
That was very calculated. Grandma hates you. Sorry. You're probably not going to be in the will.
No, don't expect that.
Prepare yourself for that. Your cousins will be, but you're not in the will, I can tell you.
Yeah. Grandma's actually going to like throw something like terrible off on you in the will.
It's going to be like, you owe me money. You owe my estate money.
Yeah.
Okay, minced pie. Me and my partner and our daughter all came down with a coronavirus Christmas Day. I was first in the morning between opening presents and extended family arriving for their Christmas dinner. My partner went down about 2 hours later and our daughter later that day. I was still having the morning minced pie and Irish cream, and suddenly I had to run off to projectile vomit. The extended family arrived and then went home without any dinner, and we spent most of the day lying around groaning, running back and forth to the loo. My birthday is the day after Christmas, so I had to cancel my birthday party too. It took me 3 years to eat mince pie again, and now I have a fear of illness ruining Christmas Day every year. That's traumatizing.
Yeah, that is very traumatizing. I think it was like neurovirus, not coronavirus, but that is a traumatizing Christmas. It reminds me of a New Year's Eve that I had once. Yeah.
Were you sick from alcohol, or were you sick just like from a virus?
Just from a virus. I was the guy I was dating, he was like kind of bi-coastal. So I went to his apartment in New York. And like he was still like not in New York yet. And so I spent the whole day just like riding around on a city bike around New York, doing all sorts of stuff. And I got really, really sick. And so then we went to a New Year's Eve party at his friend's, like super insane, nice condo, like right over like looking the Brooklyn Bridge, like in Dumbo area. And I spent the entire party in the bathroom.
Oh, God.
Buying Buicks.
You're like, sorry, I'm here, but not here. Like, everyone, you need to leave if you need to use the washroom. I'm not leaving.
You're going to find another one.
Cats in a tree. Oh, God. I thought I was going to say cats in the cradle. Well, I wasn't yet born at the time. I was born in 96, and this happened around about 94 or 95, the golden days.
Yo, yeah.
Mom and Dad had put up the brand new 6-foot tall Christmas tree and had finished decorating it when the cat decided to climb into the tree and start clambering his way up. As expected, gravity prevailed and the whole thing fell down, destroying almost all the delicate glass bulbs that had hung around the tree's midsection. When I was a kid, I always thought that the glass bulbs were put up high so I couldn't clumsily knock them off while playing or helping decorate. While we had another kitten enter the household when I was just 1, apparently he loved climbing the tree just as much as his predecessor did. Hence the tradition of having all the glass decorations well out of reach from a mischievous feline. The story never fails to give me a chuckle, and it reminds me of Archie, the cat who grew up alongside me and stayed by my side even in his final few years.
You got cats in the trees.
The cat had like rabies. I thought this was going somewhere.
No, it was kind of a dud.
Had jump out of the tree and scratch up trees. That's where I'm going. I'm like, what does cat do?
He was kind of a dud. I was just like thinking about it. It reminds me, my mom, like, so she has like 7 grandkids and then like a little child, and she was telling me, she's like, with the Christmas stuff, I just really can't put much out. She's like, because the kids want to climb the tree.
Like, oh. I had to put out a test present this year to see if Toby was going to try to open it.
Oh.
He passed the test, so I was able to wrap.
No, but I think it's a common thing. Like every person I know who has cats has stories of like, the cats like knocking down the tree or like climbing it or doing different things.
Yeah, they always hide in there. My one year, my mom had all these kittens, and there would be like 3 of them in the tree, and you'd go near it, and its little paw would come out and go,
oh my God.
That's why I was like, whoa, where's this going? Like, I can relate to this.
I know, it was kind of a dud. Sheila, my rabbit, she was obsessed with my Christmas tree. Obsessed.
Did she go in it?
She would try to. I had to put like a gates around it. I had to put 4-foot gates around the tree because she was just trying to get in there. You know, she just wanted to chew those electric wires.
She's like, give me this. Food went flying. This happened just last year. We had food set out on the table and we were all sitting on chairs around it. Out of nowhere, my brother's chair snaps and he tries to grab onto the table, but can only grab the cloth. And then as he falls to the floor, he pulls the cloth with him a bit. The only thing that fell was a massive chocolate cake, but it splattered everywhere. And everyone couldn't stop laughing. Okay, I was scared for that whole damn family. If someone did that at my dinner and like, all the food fell off, I'd be like, get out of my house. Get out. But before you do, Uber me something in.
Yes.
It'd be so bad.
It reminded me of your story from a few weeks ago of like the grandfather throwing the turkey.
Okay, when I read the title and I was like, food flying, I was like, are you repeating my granddad's story?
No.
Oh my God.
But it was just funny. I was just picturing the person just like going down and taking all the food with them.
But they did spill the chocolate cake, which I also would have been just as equally pissed off about.
Which, first of all, that would piss me off. Because I'm taking the chocolate cake over everything.
Right?
I probably would have ate the chocolate cake off the wall.
Honestly, the only thing that I really eat about or like during like holidays is like just like the mashed potato and stuffing. I'm just all for the carbs and the little meat mini buns. That's all I want.
Yeah, I don't
Here for the
agree.
turkey.
I don't agree with that.
You're like, I want it all.
I like a Christmas ham,
I love him.
but I'm not a big mashed potato person. Like, I like the Christmas ham. I do want some casseroles, but no, the mashed potatoes I can just go without. The stuffing, I love stuffing.
Need the stuffing. I need the stuffing. Like Michael makes me my own gluten-free stuffing. I know. I had like this one year where we didn't have any, and I was just like so sad. And then he started making me gluten-free, and I was like, thank you.
You were very committed to be gluten-free.
Yeah, I've been gluten-free for like 8 years, 9 years.
I know. I just feel like sometimes I'm like, you can have some gluten.
I have a little bit. Like I will have some, but if I have too much or if I off chance my stomach's having a bad day, I'm out. Like,
Yeah, no, but I am always impressed by your commitment to gluten-free. And even though you have to because of health reasons, like sometimes I just love to sabotage myself sometimes.
it is, believe me, sometimes like when the kids have real pizza and I'm sometimes I take a bite and then I'm just like, this is what real pizza tastes like. Anyways, so the next thing that we're going to do is called Am I the Asshole? Now, okay, I know that Kyle is like huge on Reddit, but I'm not. So I decided that I was just going to start looking for like funny Christmas stories. And then I saw IATAH, Am I the Asshole? And I didn't realize that on Reddit, there's this whole section of Am I the Asshole? And there's so many different categories. So this one is all Am I the Asshole? Christmas edition. And without any context to the story, we're just going to read off the opening line and we're going to decide, no context, whether this person is the asshole or not. So buckle up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Yes, because if you thought our nightmare Christmas stories were bad, get ready, because there's some assholes out here. Am I the asshole for quietly leaving my boyfriend's family's Christmas when his mom was trying to set him up with the next door neighbor in front of me?
No, you're not the asshole.
No.
I would have left loudly. I would have been like, I'm out.
The only asshole thing about this from this person is that they didn't toss a turkey out the window.
Right? Like, make a mess, ruin their Christmas, and then leave.
Don't just leave. Ruin it and leave.
Say your point and leave. Take a stand for yourself.
Yeah. So yeah, you are the asshole because you didn't entertain us.
You didn't ruin their Christmas enough.
Damn it. No, but
Let that mom win.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like, this is something that I feel like in my hairstylist studies, meaning my years of like hearing everyone's tea, like I feel like this is something that moms do. Do you know what I mean? Boy moms do. This is something that boy moms do because no one's good enough for their precious son.
You know, and I have to gear up because I have a feeling I might be one of those.
Yes. You might be one of those.
I'll be like, Aiden, I don't like this one. I'll be like, here, come next door.
You're at dinner and you're like,
bride. Yeah, just leave her aside for 10 minutes. She'll never notice. Here, come on, look.
You're like, Mackenzie next door came over for Christmas.
Hey, did you see Mackenzie home? Sorry, Abby. Can you just hold on for one moment? Yeah, can you sit with Dad for a minute? I just got to take Aiden here for a sec.
You're going to buy her some like horrific, ugly blouse. And you're like, here, wear it. Did you want to wear this? This is beautiful. You look great.
You know what? You didn't get on the memo. We didn't want you to wear makeup. We just want you to embrace your beautiful. Please go wash your face. Wash the makeup off your face.
That's high body count makeup.
That's high body count makeup, Mackenzie.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Am I the asshole for watching my roommate beg her boyfriend, what'd you throw this one in here for? Well, I don't know the relationship, but I will say if you've had a messy night, sometimes it just happens. It just happens.
I mean, look, I think you are the asshole. I don't want anybody watching me.
No.
Because I'm like, I know because I'm like, you know, those are my private parts, but because I'm like, no, like, what if I look like shit or something, or like I do something embarrassing? I wouldn't want them to see it. I wouldn't want your friends to see that.
Yeah. Be respectful. Put the blanket over your head. Turn the other direction. Because in my head, I'm picturing like they're staying at a hotel. You know what I mean? They got 2 queen beds.
Oh. Yeah, no, roll over. Don't watch.
Yeah.
Let her have her fun.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you're all in the same room, and I mean, like, first of all, she probably shouldn't be doing it. But if you guys are like all in the same room and having to sleep there, don't watch.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had a few audiences in my day.
I've never. Do you feel like you performed better?
No, because if you're in a position to do such activities in the same room with other people, you are not in the right frame of mind. You are not making great decisions. So I was probably not performing well, or I was performing very well. I don't know.
But like, we'll never know.
I'm just thinking of
We're not.
yeah, thinking of some stories that I probably cannot say on the internet. She used to be a slut. Am I the asshole for not letting my brother's pregnant girlfriend use my bathroom?
Who writes that? Like, who needs to go to the internet for this? This is what is blowing my mind about this. When I was reading these, I was like, these are real situations. Yes, you're the asshole.
Yes.
She doesn't use the bathroom.
Exactly.
She's gotta pee on your floor if you don't let her use the bathroom.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, if you're having guests over, especially for the holidays, like, have your bathroom clean. Do you know what I mean? Like that's my thing. Like, sometimes I have stuff everywhere. Like, I have curling irons thrown, fake hair hanging everywhere. I'm like, don't use my bathroom because it's a hot mess right now. But if I have people coming over, my bathroom's going to be clean, and I'm going to have, like, you can go use the restroom, especially if you're pregnant. If you're pregnant, you got to pee immediately.
Like, a huge asshole for that one.
Yeah.
This is my mind about this. These people just really don't know. Like, am I the asshole? Like, how delusional are you? Yes. You're like the biggest gaping asshole out there. Like, that's so mean.
So mean. Okay. Am I the asshole for rejecting sex toys as a Christmas gift?
Okay. It depends. Is it coming from your partner or is it coming from like your uncle?
I don't know.
Those could be 2 different answers.
That is very true. That is very true. I think it depends on the crowd and where you are. Oh my God. At my work holiday party last weekend, we did the white elephant gift exchange. Somebody put in a butt plug. Yeah. And I forget which of my coworkers opened that gift, but it got passed around a bit. And then it was funny because, so one of my coworkers, she had to bring her 2 teenage sons with her.
Oh.
So first of all, there are these 2 teenage boys, and we have my one coworker in full drag giving Little Mermaid sprawled out across the floor, like hosting the white elephant gift exchange. People are pulling up butt plugs and everything else. Everyone's making jokes about anal sex. And then I'm sitting next to my coworker whose kids are behind me, and she is dying laughing so hard. And and then we're like, oh my God, we're sorry. And she's like, no, these kids are fine. They're older teenagers, so they're like adults. But
fine. Oh my God.
But I could.
I can't take the home the butt side. Jimmy, look away. Go away from my new guitar.
I'm sure they were like, told their friends the next day. They're like, I got dragged to the weirdest situation.
Yeah. There's a mermaid on the floor. There's a passing out butt plugs. Like, what the fuck? Where's my mom work? I love it.
My work is wild.
I don't think you're an asshole if you're like, look, I don't want a sex toy. Like, that's very personal too. You know?
Yeah. And
I think it depends on the tone, like the audience of it.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
no, listen, I think at my job it is fully appropriate. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're just that kind of people. It's a fun environment. We laugh about stuff like this. There is no HR in hair salons, or there would be no hairstylist.
right?
But now, if you're at a different situation, you have a more like conservative family, or you're at your office that has HR, that's a problem.
That's a huge problem.
Yes, huge problem. Okay, am I the asshole for getting my aunt banned from family Thanksgiving/Christmas?
What'd she do though? Like, this is what I mean. Like, I think this is funny because it's like, how do you get your aunt banned? Like, not just like uninvited, banned.
Yeah, I know. Because like, yeah, what did the aunt do? That's what I'm curious about. But also, it's like, it's family. There's always an aunt that you don't like.
I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like, it really depends on what the aunt did, but still, like, to have her banned from a holiday, I just think is a little too far.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like if she just pissed you off or said something out of pocket, like she doesn't need to be banned from family holidays.
No.
But if she did something like, next level, whatever, killed someone, then okay, whatever, fine.
Yeah. Honestly, low-key on the inside, I hope she retaliates in the best way possible.
Sorry.
Am I the asshole for wanting my first family Christmas with my 11-month-old son and husband to be at my own house?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No.
What I'm going to say is this is such a common situation because I have heard this on the internet this week, and I have heard this also in real life. And I get it. Like, I totally get that you have a new child. It is very difficult to carry them everywhere and take them to another place and do all of that stuff. But 11 months old, they can go to, the holiday, I think. But also it is like if you were going to take a family's tradition of the mom having this dinner and this situation and everyone coming there, and you want to completely uproot everybody, extended family's life to come to a dinner at your house because you have an 11-month-old, you're the asshole to me. Now, it was the party like half-assed and you were getting me like, because I heard this part of the story too, is that the mother-in-law always hosted Christmas, but she was like, it was literally like boxed food. It was like halfway done. Everything was a mess. Nothing was put together for the party. It was a half-assed party. And the new daughter that had a baby was through a very beautiful, amazing Christmas dinner. And I understood that. And she was like, well, you're just not doing it. Like, so I'm going to do it right. But if somebody, like, you know what I mean? Like in the original situation, what I'm saying, though, if this mother had this great party forever, this tradition, you got to work together to move that tradition. You can't just hijack it and expect to hijack everybody else's Christmas to accommodate you.
Well, and I think that's it because it's the whole family that's affected. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone probably, like whenever they think of Christmas, they all would have the same associated memories with like grandma's house or this or that. And then all of a sudden it's like, now we have to come here. But on the other foot, I also do see it. I'm like, oh, like 11 months is kind of like, okay, like you can push it. If it was a newborn, I would be more open to the fact of like, yeah, you just have it at her house. Like, I don't know. It's so tricky.
100%. If it was a newborn, they don't need to go around a bunch of people like that. Like, I get that. The newborn should probably stay at home like that year. So probably you shouldn't be around a bunch of people because there's always like colds and everything else going around then.
I know, it's so tricky. Okay. Next one.
Am I the asshole for not going to Christmas after my in-laws purposely exposed me to my allergy?
Like, did your in-laws try to kill you then?
I think they did.
Like, no, you're not the asshole. Like, you're fighting for your life by not going to this holiday.
Exactly. And what is the allergy? Is this a gluten allergy? Or is this a shellfish allergy where you're going to like have anaphylactic shock and like need a EpiPen?
But still, if they purposely expose, that means that like they didn't tell them. So that would be like if my mother-in-law fed me pasta and like was just like, oh yeah, you can eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, then all night I'm like sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
Or like in pain. I'd be like, I'm not going to Christmas if you purposely let me eat something and just like decided not to tell me.
Exactly.
I wouldn't know. I'd be pissed.
They're like, these damn kids and all their allergies.
Yeah, let's see. It's like, just, no.
Am I the asshole for refusing to trade shifts with my coworker during Christmas because they have a small kid and I don't? No, I don't think so. But I don't know. That's tricky.
It's so tricky. I don't know. When I used to work at the hospital, I used to take the overnight shift for people. So that way they could be there and have their Christmas morning because their kids would get up super early. And then I would leave the hospital and be home by like 8 a.m. and have it with my family, whatever. But I always did that because I'm like, imagine just being a kid and like your like parent has to like work Christmas more. You know what I mean? Like that sucks.
Yeah. But I also get to like, if it's that situation where you just switch to a different shift with them so they can be there for this or do something because you're working already. But if you have purposely set it up to be off for Christmas so that you can spend time with your family. You're somebody's child too.
No, I know.
It should be, you should rotate those, because I have a lot of my family work in the medical field. So there's a lot of time at Christmas. It's like, oh, so-and-so is working this shift or whatever. But then the next year she'll be there because someone's covered that shift and they take turns on those shifts. And sometimes with certain jobs, you do miss the holidays because you have to work these shifts, especially in medical care. And I get switching a shift a little bit, but to also deny somebody celebrating the holiday if they have put in advance to get that, you know what I mean? You can't just say, I'm just going to work every single Christmas because you have a child and I don't.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just tricky.
It is. There's a gray area.
Sides of it. There's definitely a gray area. I see both sides of it.
Yeah, because I would switch with somebody, but I also wouldn't deny, completely every single year miss Christmas because
But then on the other foot too, people would, this is when I was in my 20s, the people that had the kids, they would also offer and be like, if you let us have Christmas, we'll work your New Year's or your New Year's Day.
Exactly.
So they would kind of also offset it too like that, which you're yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah. And that makes sense too when you trade and it's an even situation,
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's all the time we have for the Am I the Assholes?
Am I the asshole? I think most of these people are assholes.
I think most people are assholes, to be honest.
We're the assholes for sure.
Do you want to
have a highlight and low light?
Okay.
Share with us. We go.
Yeah, let's just do this quick. Okay, so highlight was definitely my salon party because it was so much fun. I have not had that much fun in so long. Low light is, again, working Christmas. It's that in my career every year, it is such an insane rush from 2 weeks before Thanksgiving till Christmas Day. It is a nonstop, and we are on the marathon. And so before you know it, Christmas is over. Because it's just this constant rush. And then it's boom, the holidays here, it's over. And I'm oh my God, I always say, and Christmas is my favorite season. I feel if I got to decorate, I got to do it really early before it gets crazy. So
you got to enjoy the damn thing.
Yeah, that's my low light. What's yours?
Okay, my highlight is Santa Claus is coming tonight. When we're listening to this, when this airs, Santa Claus is coming. I'm so excited. There's nothing I love more than honestly just Christmas morning with the kids. It's just the best. And my low light is, I don't know. I don't really have a low light right now. I feel my low light is just same thing. The holidays next week are over. That's it.
Yeah.
And it just went so fast this year. I did get to fully enjoy it, but you know what? I'm ready for Christmas. I did so much Christmas wrapping. It's my favorite thing to do. I do all the bows, everything. So if you guys are listening still, have a Merry Christmas.
Question. So on Christmas Day, are you going to do a Christmas breakfast casserole?
Oh my God. Yes. We spoke about that.
We spoke about it. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm going to need you to send me that recipe, girl. I need that. Angie's Christmas casserole.
Oh, you remember my mom's name?
I love her mom's name. Yeah.
Okay.
An inspiration.
She is.
She's an icon.
She's a legend.
Alrighty, guys. Well, have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy your holidays, and we will see you in the new year.
Okay, bye.